Okay, now, again, square roots, you will be doing square roots throughout your math career. All right. And again, the square root is a question. What times itself is 1? What times itself is 1? 1. So that's easy. All right. So what's the square root of 9?
3.
Because 3 times 3 is 3. All right. That's why I'm saying it's not really, it's no need for a calculator when they're easy. All right. Square root of 25 is obviously 5. Square root of 49.
7.
All right. Square root of 64.
8.
Now, a lot of times people, once they get beyond a certain point, it's kind of hard to see, but you should be able to go up to 10 rather easily. All right. Now, how do you know they're perfect squares? You just say 1 times 1. Then you say 2 times 2. Then you say 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5. All right. Now, if you know what 11 times 11 is, which is what? 121, you're in good shape. And then if you know 12 times 12, that's, and 13 times 13 is, and 14 times 14, 196, 15 times 15, 225, right? So generally that's about as high as, I would expect you. All right. For all my high school kids, I said, if you could tell me up to 15 squared, you're in pretty good shape. But most of the time we would go up to 20. All right. All the way up to 20 squared. All right. That's just helpful. But the calculator, if you, and I always used to try to tell kids, if all you do is take the square root of 81 every time and see it's 9, but you don't ever put a meaning behind it, you're just hitting the buttons. All right. So that's why I think it is important. All right. I'm not sure why. Hold on 1 second. There we go. It's back. All right. It says it's charging. Hopefully that's the case. All right. So with the square root of 169, all right, we should know that's what? 13. Now, the negative out in front is okay because we know the square root of 36 is what? But the negative out inside makes it what? -6. That's how easy. All right. And then the square root of 81 is what? Now, what's the square root of -81? No solution, right? There is no number times itself that will be a negative. Negative times a negative is a what? Positive. All right. So when you go to Algebra 2, all right, you will learn something pretty fascinating. This is called an imaginary number. So it will be 9i. All right. For those of you guys who just like information, you would say that's 9i. For us in Algebra 1, we just simply say there is what? There is no solution. No number times itself will be negative. All right. So with that, Molly, yes.
So if the negative is like in
the house,
it's the no solution.
It's no solution. Right. When you get to Algebra 2, they will teach you something else. All right. We call that an imaginary number. All right. For us right now, it's no solution.
Why is it 9i? Like out of all numbers. Because
the definition of imaginary, I stands for imaginary, and I is defined as the square root of -1. All right.
So the 9 is like 9.
Yes. All right. So here we go. Moving on. Number 9, we would say that's what? -8. All right. Now, once again, I would prefer that you're just not writing down my answers. I would prefer that you're kind of participating. All right. Now, some of you, barely know 4 times 5, so I can understand where the calculator is helpful. Right. But the longer you wait to master your math facts, the harder math is. All right. So practice. Now, number 10, that's just what? -13. Number 11, we're just going to go ahead and say no solution. You're right, the square root of 196 is 14, but because it's negative, there's nothing we can do. All right, so 12, negative 11 is perfect. All right, 13, square root, that's right. All right, and 441, you will eventually understand. You'll do that enough, you'll see it's just 21. All right, and then 15, square root of 625 is definitely 25. Now, checking out your calculator, all right? Does everybody understand the square root is under the square button? So you have to hit the second, then you hit that button, and then the square root pulls up, and you just type in the number, and then it'll tell you what the answer is. All right, is everybody okay with that? The square root, hit second, then hit the square button, and then the square root comes up. All right, so everybody should know how to use their calculator. Now, for number 16, now don't be confused by this symbol right here. That's literally just means what? Plus or minus is what they say. So the answer is just plus or minus, exactly, plus or minus 17. And then, of course, 324 is plus or minus 18. And if we continue on, plus or minus 90. .25 is obviously the same as 225, but just there's an extra decimal in there. So it is 1.5. Now you have to remember 2 decimal places. If you multiply something with 2 decimals, that creates what? 4 decimals. So you want 1 decimal when you square it, that becomes 2. All right. So here we go. Number 20. What do we got? 0.4. So now 21. Well, check it and see. I might be wrong, right? But 2 decimals, we just said, when you square something with 2 decimals, it creates something with what? 4 decimals. 1 decimal, when you square it, creates what? 2 decimal places. All right. So now 3.24. Yeah, 1.8. Nothing to it. Now, just to make sure everybody understands me, what is 1.8 squared? What is 1.8 squared? 3.24. What's 0.4 squared? Yeah, the number underneath the radical. All right, that's what it is. All right, so the calculator is calculating what number times itself is that number. All right. Now, we are estimating the square root. All right, so in math, we round to 3 decimal places. All right, so this is what we're doing. All right, we are going to round to 3 decimal places. All right, these aren't perfect squares. So now you type in the square root of 38, and we know it's going to be about 6 point something, because we know the square root of 36 is 6, and we know the square root of 49 is 7. So I know it's between 6 and 7. So you're going to put down 6 point, and you're going to tell me the 3 decimals. Somebody said 164. Did anybody else get that? And now we're doing the square root of 84. Now, the first thing I want you to do is tell me square root of 84 is close to what perfect square? 9. So you know it's 9 point something. Don't please just type in square root of 84 and say it's 9. All right, I want you to understand that 84 is between 81 and 100. All right, so it's got to be between 9 and 10. So you would tell me that it's approximately 9.165. 165. I told you, simple, simple, simple. Again, don't daydream. Just because I said it's simple, you got to be doing the work. You got to be typing these things on your calculator, not letting someone else do it. That's where some of you are making mistakes. You're writing things down that you heard are true.
Why do you go equal sign with that?
It's not equal. That's a good question. This is not an equal sign. That is approximately. That tells the person that you have rounded. All right. So now on 24, square root of 389 is approximately, what is it? Say it again. 19.723. Remember, we're rounding to 3 decimal places. All right. Here we go. 25. Square root of 5 is roughly. Anybody else get 2.236? All right, let's go. 26. Square root of 118. How much? Okay, 3 or 2. It doesn't really matter. Do I really care? No, I don't really care. That's why you round to 3 decimal places. All right, so I'm not going to argue over the decimal place. 10.863. Everybody's good with that? Brennan? Anybody else? Square root of 230. 15.165, someone said. Anybody have any issues with that? Anybody? Molly, you all right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go, girl. Tell me 28. What's this negative square root of 83?
9, 1. Wait, my calculator's like that.
Okay. Are you charging yours too?
Yeah, for mine too.
All right, so just switch places real quick for a few minutes. Oh, actually, let me see if I brought mine from my office. No, just go sit over there. Thank you very much. All right. So here we go. What is negative square root of 83? Negative what? Negative 9.110. No, I don't care. All right, help me out one more time. Negative square root 19. Negative what? All right, and finally, number 30. Negative 10 point. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, now, all right. So now I want everybody to talk about cube roots. All right, so what is 1 cubed? 1. What is 2 cubed? 8. What is 3 cubed? 27. Does everybody see what we're doing? 2 squared is 2, or 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. 3 cubed is 3 times 3 times 3. So 4 cubed. 5 cubed. Yep, 6 cubed. 7 cubed. 8 cubed. I forgot. 524. That's what I said. Dang it. 512. Okay, 9 cubed, 729, right? And 10 cubed is 1,000. Those are the perfect cubes. We could go, but 11 cubed is 1331. All right, and so on and so forth. So these are called perfect cubes. Those are what we're looking for. All right, those are what we're looking for. What? No, we're not doing the square root. We're doing the what? The cube root now. So can your cube roots be negative? Can your cube roots be negative? Yes, because -4 times -4 times -4 is what? -64. So everybody puts down -4. So what's the cube root of -216? -6, because I showed you. I wrote those down. But now everybody take out their handy dandy calculator. Hit math button on your calculator. Now, if you slide down, you will see a cube root. So hit the cube root button. Under the math button. All right. And then type in -216 just to check yourself. And then it should say what? -6. So now you know how to use your calculator a little better. All right. The cube root is under math. All right. So one more time, cube root is under math, hit math. All right. And now you can type in the cube root. So what's the cube root of -1,000? -10. Cube root of 1. 1. Cube root of -343. -7. Cube root of 125. 5. Cube root of 2197. Cube root of 0. Cube root of 216. Cube root of -27. -3. Cube root of 1331. All right, you get the point. And the cube root of 512. 8. All right, does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions on that? Everybody knows where the cube root button is. All right, anybody have any issues? All right, so now we are estimating the cube root to 3 decimal places. So once again, everybody's typing in cube root. All right, and then you're telling me what the answers are, rounded to 3 decimal places. If you can do that, you're in great shape. All right, so everybody's doing that. The cube root of 205 to 3 decimal places. I'm ready. 5.896. Very nice. Anybody have any issues? All right, here we go. Cube root of 577 is approximately
8.325.
8.325.
Yeah.
All right. Cube root of -32. -3.174. Okay. 46. Somebody asked me if there's a faster way. So yeah, you can do math and 4. That's exactly correct. All right. Math 4 will do it. All right. And then it just puts it in there for you. All right. So help me out with cube root of 908. 9 point what? And the cube root of 1012. Okay, and 48. Cube root of -736. -9.028. Everybody's good? All right, we got 3 more. Cube root of -611. Everybody's okay with that? And finally, cube root 2698.
13.921.
Thank you. Cube root 13.921. Oh yeah, now this is the last one. So we have cube root of 8564, which is 20.459. Okay, so now stop just for a second. Listen to what I'm going to say. Stop just for a quick second. It's not in a race. We're not in a hurry. It'll be done before the bell rings, and you won't have any homework, and it'll be nice. All right, but you have to do the work. Tomorrow, when you come to class, it's not going to be this easy. It's not going to be that easy. All right. We don't really use the calculator that often for radicals. All right. And I will explain what I mean to you tomorrow. All right. We don't use decimal answers. All right, we're going to break down the radicals, so to speak. All right, so everybody, please do me a favor. Make sure you come to class tomorrow. It's brand new for everybody. No one has seen this. All right, so start tomorrow. Those of you guys who want to do better and you got a couple weeks to get your grade up, start tomorrow. Pay attention. Do all the 50 or 60 or 70 problems I'm going to give you. All right, then you'll know how to do square roots. And the same thing. Next day is adding. The next day it's multiplying. The next day it's dividing. All right. Now turn the paper over. All right. And get to work. Finish it up. What? We got a question.
Wait, why is it negative on the inside? It's
Square root. Try it on your calculator. Try to take the square root of a negative. It'll say non-real number.
so you just put
So it's a no solution. All right. So it's a no solution. When you get to algebra 2, they'll tell you to change your mode and then you'll be good. All right. You'll do imaginary numbers. For us right now, we don't know imaginaries. So that is it. All right. And once you're done, find something to work on. All right. Find something to work on. Avery, is everything good for you?
Yeah, but the worksheet wasn't posted in Google Classroom, but it's really like I understand it.
No, that's okay. I'm going to post it right now. I forgot. I'm going to post it right now for you. You should have said something. I'm sorry. I will post today and tomorrow and the rest of the week.
Okay.
All right, kiddo. All
Thank
right,
you.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll post it right now. I promise.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care of yourself.
You too. Bye.
Bye.